everyone, I hope you're all doing fine. We will explore for this topic the different types of businesses prevailing not only in the Philippines but all over the world. At the end of this topic, your learning outcome should be you should be able to understand and differentiate industry, commerce, and trade, understand and compare and contrast the types of businesses according to activities, identify the advantages and disadvantages of each. In general, business is an activity of making money that involves goods and services. Businesses can have the general types of businesses. These are the industry, commerce, and trade. Sometimes we interchange these three. Industry, commerce, and trade are interdependent. Industry is an economic activity, while commerce is a business activity and trade is a social activity. Industry is concerned with the production of goods and services through procurement and processing of raw materials into finished products that reaches the customers. Commerce facilitates the exchange or distribution of goods and services for value from producers to consumers, along with activities such as insurance, transportation, warehousing, advertising, and many others that completes that exchange. Trade is used as a channel in buying and selling of goods and services between two or more parties or between buyer and seller in consideration of cash in return for money's worth. And to differentiate commerce from industry, trade is a narrow term that merely includes the selling and buying, whereas commerce is a wider term that includes exchange as well as the several revenues-generating activities that complete the exchange. Trade provides a link between the seller and the buyer. The direct parties involved in the exchange are the buyer and the seller, whereas commerce provides a link between manufacturer and the ultimate customers, who are not direct parties with the help of several aids of distribution. Another is, trade is the branch of commerce that deals not only the exchange of goods and services, whereas commerce are the comprehensive term that includes all the major activities that facilitate the exchange and generates the revenues for all. Thus, we can say commerce is the branch of business that keeps everything together and makes the successful completion of the distribution of goods and services. The three are interdependent and they are connected with each other. In the Philippines, or in your community as well, look around and see some of the different businesses around. What comes into your mind? Have you thought of their differences? In your dream negosyo that you have answered in your assigned task, what types of business is your dream negosyo? Let's take a look on the different types of business in the Philippines. There are 4 types of businesses as activities, and these are service business, merchandising business, manufacturing business, and hybrid business. In service business, what comes into your mind if it is a service business? A service business is an activity performed to earn money through customer satisfaction known as a service. It is the simplest type of business which renders service or intangible products to a client or customer in which money is received for the cost of service rendered. This type of business offers professional skills, advice, expertise, and consultations. This maintains human capital because it offers services as for customer satisfaction. In the service business, there is no production facilities needed because you only offer services. And there is no inventoriable. Some examples of business services are fiscal services. Fiscal is related to government expenditures, revenues, and debt. Financial services is a broad range of more specific activities such as banking, investing, and insurance. Child nutrition services are child development services that caters for special children. Facilities planning and management. These are technical advisors or consultants who have technical expertise and skills in strategic planning and internal management. Maintenance. These are the janitorial services, the security services, custodial services, financial advisors, and financial experts who handles financial products like investment, mortgages, and other insurances. This includes banks, lending, and other financial institutions. Transportation, these are the bus companies, airlines, transport vehicles, and some examples of service businesses are catering, beauty parlors, restaurants, schools, barbershops, hotels, professional services, accounting and business consultations, entertainment, banks, lending, and financial institutions, event planners, website developers, graphic designers, and law firms. Bus companies, service activities for the restaurants, and broadcasting companies. The second type of business is merchandising. We have a lot of this in the Philippines, most especially in this time of pandemic. For those who have engaged themselves in the online selling during these difficult times, you may not know it, but you are engaging yourself in a merchandising type of business. But what is a merchandising business? It is one which buys goods or merchandise at wholesale from manufacturers with a low price and later sells this at retail with a higher price to make a profit. The products are brought ready for sale, which entails less processing or conversion time and effort, and then money is received for the cost of the merchandise given. They make a profit by selling the merchandise or products at prices that are higher than their purchase cost. This type of business is also known as retail business or buy and sell. In a merchandising business, you should manage your inventories, meaning you should know your beginning, your purchases, and your ending inventories. Examples of merchandising business prevailing in the Philippines are the sari-sari stores, hardware stores, groceries, department stores, distributors, real estate dealers, car dealers, books, newspapers, magazines, toys, office and school supplies, drugstores, and many others. There are two types of merchandising business. These are the wholesaler and the retailer. A wholesaler is a merchandising business that sells goods to retailers. That is direct from the wholesaler and then to the end product and customers. The retailer also is a merchandising business that sells goods directly to consumers. In here, there is added markup for the product. Third type of business is the manufacturing business. What is a manufacturing business? From the word manufacture, it is a business which converts raw materials, labor, and overhead and then processes this into a finished or new product, then sells it at a higher price than its cost. The cost of the product manufactured consists of the raw materials, cost of direct labor, and manufacturing overhead needed to process the product. Manufacturing overhead are the light, water, depreciation, and other indirect materials or labor needed in the manufacturing of the product. In the manufacturing business, this entails quality control for products manufactured because you are processing a new product, and it entails high conversion or production costs needed. Manufacturers need huge amount of resources because of the fixed capital requirements or production facilities such as the machines, factory site, labor force, and raw materials for the processing of the desired product. Examples of manufacturing businesses are manufacturers or producers of shoe factories, drug laboratories, car manufacturing plants, wine and soft drink producers. We also have the hybrid business. This is the fourth one. This is an added one only because businesses may be classified under more than one type of business. Business in which involves all the three activities: manufacturing of goods, merchandising of products, and the delivering of services. Examples are, for example, a bake shop. A bakery combines raw materials in making bread, that is manufacturing, and then sells hot pandesals, that is merchandising, and caters customers' orders in small coffee table servings of pandesal and hot coffee, that is a service activity. We have channels of distribution for a manufacturing business. Distribution channels is a process of delivering the product to the end customers. These are the paths that the products take from their initial manufacturing stages to selling them to consumers. The main goal of this channel is to make goods available or products available to final consumers in sales outlets as soon as possible. We have three. First is selling directly to consumers. That is from producers to consumers, and then selling through retailers. That is producer going to the retailers, and then the retailers will sell it to the consumers. Lastly, the third one, selling through wholesalers. From the producers or from the manufacturers, they will give it to the wholesalers, and the wholesalers will sell it to the retailers, and then the retailers to the consumers. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have enjoyed our asynchronous learning mode